Greetings, my friends. My name is Olivia, but you probably already knew that because you clicked on this video. I feel like I've started the past few of my videos sitting here, but I've never actually explained to you guys what this is, how it came to be, so that's what this video is gonna be about. So right now I am in our master bedroom, and this wall was not like this when we moved into the house. We kind of had this vision to create a wooden slat wall even before we were finished building our house. So literally like the day we moved in, we built this wall. It took about 3 days and a lot of help from friends and fam. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it was just family. There were no friends. None of my friends helped. I think it took somewhere around 120 1x2s from Home Depot. These are just like unfinished pieces of wood, but we're gonna kind of walk you guys through the process of how we built this wall because I share pictures of it on Instagram a lot and people are very curious, and it was a pretty fun DIY. So let's get to building a wooden slat wall. Also, just letting you guys know, these videos were from literally 8 months ago, so you're really just getting a blast to the past right now.
Alrighty, so the first thing we did was measure how long the boards needed to be. So if you're gonna do this, measure from the ceiling to the top of your baseboards, or you could also remove your baseboards and just go from ceiling to the floor. So as I previously said, we got 1x2s from Home Depot, and we just had to cut off a little bit off the end because we went ceiling to top of baseboards. And also save a couple of your scrap pieces to use as spacers if you want to kind of like do, you know, a board space. It helps. It makes it a little easier. So after we cut them to length, we sanded the 1x2s down with just 80 grit sandpaper just to get off any dirt or like unsmooth residue. We wanted ours to have an unfinished sort of look, like no stain or anything, so we just painted them with a matte polyurethane coating. If you wanted it to look a little more glam, you could try satin or gloss for a more shiny finish, but we just used matte and it doesn't really look like we did anything to the wood. So once the boards were fully dry from the poly, we applied little dots of liquid nails to the backside of each board. We did this in batches, so we would put the glue on 5 boards and then put the 5 boards up on the wall, do another 5, put the next 5 up, instead of doing it all at once, or else your liquid nails would definitely dry out before you get them on the wall. So since we wanted this to be the entire wall from like end to end, ceiling to floor, we found the center point, and that is where we started. Stick your first 1x2 up on the wall on the center line, and then use a level to make sure it's straight because that is gonna be your starting point from here on out. So we used a brad nailer and nailed the 1x2s into the wall in addition to using the liquid nails on the back. This just helps to keep them straight so they don't kind of like shift around at all. So here is where the spacer comes in. We used the little spacer that we cut off the end earlier and put it in between the first board that's already up and the next one to make sure we had an even space between all of our boards throughout the wall. I would recommend spacing it at the top, spacing in the middle, and spacing at the bottom just to make sure that you're nailing in the right place. For us, this took about 3 people, 1 to hold the board, 1 to do the spacer, and 1 to do the nailing. I was always the glue person, so I did not actually put up a single board onto this wall. And that's pretty simple. Just repeat the process to finish putting all of the boards up and enjoy. Like I said, we worked from the center out, but it doesn't really matter the order they're put up in. You could work from one side to the other. We just wanted to make sure that everything was symmetrical. Even though this video is quite short, this took us about 3 days from start to finish just because there was a lot of prep work, and then it actually takes a lot of time to get them all up. But I'm sure if you worked really fast and had a few helping hands, you could probably get this done in like a day or 2. Overall, this is just how we did this DIY. It's just kind of a starting point. You guys could totally get creative with it, use different types of boards, whatever you want to do.
And there you have it, a DIY wooden slat wall headboard sort of situation. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you want to see more house decor type DIYs, let me know in the comments because I'm really trying to figure out what type of videos I can make that will best serve you guys. So thank you, and I will see you soon, probably, maybe, hopefully.